clockwork with the Morphling lane, but I don't know if they're going to do that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, to do it, you would also then prevent Darkseer from excelling in his lane and give him the defensive needs, because as soon as you move the clock to bot, now Jabs can't play as aggressive with skipping waves, because he's now got a ranged hero with him. It's like, you need to pick your poison. Which lane do you want to do a little bit worse? And we'll see which one they decide to go with.
They'll be able to close the gap onto Jabs here. There's going to be Onslaught on forward. First blood up for grabs, and Jabs, one more auto attack is needed. They get him with a blood grenade from Antares, but he's now in trouble queue here with Battery Stall, trying to just chase him down, but there's the Rocket Barrage instead. It's 2 kills now for the side of 9 Pandas, as Talon will have to walk back towards their tower.
It's exactly the start that you want to see on 9 Pandas. 1 kill goes towards Ramses, 1 kill goes towards Antares, and yeah, just get the game going on your motion. Like this entire lineup for Dire, anytime you get a kill, get an item, you're going to be looking towards that. When can we go for that next smoke? Especially because Primal and Invoker are so potent. So yeah, 2 kills up. Bounty runes at a spawn.
We don't have a ward here on the side of Talon. If they go forward and get punished.
This is so bold. Ollie.
It really is. Miro, he's got an Onslaught available. He can chase down this Silencer with ease, and that is going to be another one, just a freebie for the Primal, as they still manage to get 3 of the bounty runes. A massive start here for 9 Pandas in this game.
Already a 1,000 gold lead. No, I just huge. I just did not expect in any way for Talon to contest that rune. Like, you just died in that position, lost 2 kills. You like, yes, you died top, but like the contesting river runes when you lose early deaths, it's a bit bold. But yeah, Talon, they get punished for it. And this is what I'm expecting to see in this bot lane, by the way. Just non-stop. Antares jumps in, and then as soon as Miro gets a level 2, keep going. And Ollie needs to be super careful. He doesn't have TP. If level 2's coming and he dies again, this is when 9 Pandas will start feeling very happy in this offlane.
And that level 2 is coming fast off those 3 kills, right? Like these heroes are going to get that level 2 timing about a half creep wave or more before we're going to see it on Talon. So he's going to have to be very aware of that. I think the only silver lining you have on Talon here is that none of these kills went to Kiyotaka's Invoker, right?
Yeah, I think especially when you have mid laners with this Vessel build up. You see Thompson earlier today with his Earth Spirit, even Nisha with his Earth Spirit earlier today. And now we've got an Invoker, but same kind of concept. You have a mid laner that wants to play active. You give him a cheeky bit of 300 gold here, 300 gold there. That's now what, a 9-10 minute Vessel that can just completely break the game. And in this game, Vessel is once again very potent. Into a Morphling, into a Darkseer. Both of these heroes don't like that healing reduction. So yeah, very happy for Talon to not give away any of the kills towards him.
Really smart stuff by 23 here in the bottom lane. Like knowing the level advantage that they were going to have on the side of 9 Pandas, he just pushed the lane, like just shoved it, just CSing as fast as possible to try and get it, you know, at a relatively decent time. So they don't actually end up getting any sort of like level advantage here, but top lane, or just a little deny by Q at the end. Okay.
We didn't need to watch him deny to the inches. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
This is bot lane. It's pretty much 23 Savage. He farms and Ollie doesn't feed. That's pretty much going to be the entire thing. Antares, he's already body blocked the small camp up. He tried to keep the hard camp open. Both supports fighting around the pools. And meanwhile, both of the cores just hitting the creeps.
Yeah. This is best case for 23, right?
Yeah, pretty much. In most Morphling games, it's how can I play as greedy as I can in my lane when my support doesn't leech XP? And then I eventually become so unkillable that my support can do other things on the map, or I get to my Morbid Mask and I can keep farming. He just needs to be careful because this is a lot of damage.
Situation's exactly like this, but with that trample expiring, they can just turn the damage back around. Ollie getting chased down here by Antares. Marcy quite fast. Does pop the salve, and it's going to be enough to keep him alive. So does get it broken. Ends up losing the money for that, but does not feed a kill over to Antares. So ends up being pretty worth.
Yeah. And Antares, he's going for this 1-1-0 build right now. He might pivot and go for the sidekick later down the line, but I'm fully down for him to go full spellcaster combos.
Yeah. And aggression in both lanes here is top side. It's going to be Solo trapped in the cogs, and he will fall finally.
Yeah, both lanes just constantly chipping down. I think you can see the mindset of the support duo 9 Pandas and Taras. Every time he's got an opportunity to rebound, he's there, he's jumping. It might be a morphling, this time it's on Ollie. And in top solo, we haven't really mentioned it, but he's doing the same thing. He's positioning him non-stop wave of terror, throwing magic missiles. Like, they are being so obnoxious in this game right now.
Yeah. It's not often you see a double melee off lane like actually have a lot of success in the current patch, right? We've been seeing almost everyone opt to go for the one melee, one ranged, but these two lanes work really well together.
It's just natural synergies, right? You got one lane with... Yeah.
Oh! He actually just snipes them.
Just a point like onslaught into trample. They didn't even need to use trample, it was just an onslaught. It was just a single onslaught to the face.
He was shifting all the way down to get the salve and just gets caught by an onslaught without noticing.
I mean, death by 1,000 cuts, right? Like, they just keep going. Eventually, you're going to go fishing and you're going to catch it. And yeah, they caught 23 Savage. Not ready to shift back up there.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
Quite intense laning phase, I won't lie. I already feel like I'm in my like 40-minute voice, you know. Normally it's like I'm in my like 5-10 minute voice, but I'm already like and it's god, I just gotta. And this is
got a long day.
Yeah, I've been awake for since before the first game started. I've just been sitting and watching it. Fast up on PC.
I was not. I was definitely asleep.
No, that's all right.
I missed all the first games. It was like 3 a.m. when those started. So
it's why NA isn't very powerful right now in the international scene. Right, you have to sleep a little bit longer. Your time zone's off. You don't get to watch the early Western European games, or we put on our master classes and stuff. So again, it's fine. It's a regional thing.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm just gonna use that as my excuse when everyone asks why I'm not like ex MMR. Miro, bottom lane. Might have extended a little bit too far, but has raindrops in a stick. He's fine. And he's got a salve too. I love this. I think there's certain offlaners that like really benefit from buying these salves. Primal Beast definitely one of them. Loves salves far more than Tango's. Top lane.
Are they gonna get him?
Find jabs. Swashbuckle in from Makoto though. Gonna try and find an exchange here onto Solo. Will eventually bring him down, I think, but maybe have to commit the Rolling Thunder. He is going to. And on the backside, they've trapped Antares as well. So they will pick up both supports as an exchange there for the Darkseer.
And then both got taken away there. DD Rune, Miro, he's always positioning on that side. He's like, maybe I can find a jump. And yeah, 23 Savage. Any minute, there's just going to be another onslaught. Just this tree line needs to be so careful. It's why Ollie's placed that ward on the left-hand side. Why they've got the sentry prepared. Yeah, dewarding it. Very nice stuff. That's actually the hard camp block sentry. So Miro just being a little bit impatient with where he wants to place that obs. And they get the deward as well. And
well, he's just going to be able to force 23 again. They're just putting, like you said, constant pressure. That death by 1,000 cuts is working, but mid lane Invoker finally feeling the pressure as the 3-hero rotation comes through, and they will dive him into the tower. Nice little EMP here to burn some mana, but good find nonetheless. He was having too free of a game, right? Makoto comes top, he just gets to continue to free farm the mid lane.
23 Savage again.
He's out of mana completely. Solo, no spells left though, so
really nice adaptive.
He's gotta go base.
Yeah, he has to. And this is where you're gonna see the Talon. They're using the resources to help Makoto in the mid lane. I think activating this Pangler is gonna be key. He is the one who's having the good game. He's the only one in the 3K oh my god, 3K net worth bracket. Very different things. So giving him a game is pretty important. Bro. Yeah, I'm playing in DreamLeague Season 21. I'm 3K. Okay, of course, just for anyone watching, Makoto is not 3K. I think he's maybe 4 times that. I think he's 12K.
I think so too.
Yeah, you'd like to think so.
That's about right.
Yeah, sounds good.
Solo's gonna go ahead and take the portal back to the top lane.
Are there any stacks being made? That's the real question. Like 9 Pandas, they've been super aggressive. The trade-off will be they're not really playing the jungle. So Ramses isn't going to have this extra resource to lean on for his farm, but instead I guess they don't care about stacks because they are not allowing Morphling to even think about hitting creeps, and this time he does go down.
There's a nice little bait there by Kiyotaka in the mid lane. He had that ward that scouted the clockwork and just kind of let him start it, but gets dewarded. Finds an exchange there. Good rotation from the clockwork. We haven't really talked about Ramses much. He's just top of the net worth already.
He also rotated on mid, helped Invoker out, getting the kill on the Clockwork, using his TP there. Yeah,
he's so high level.
Yeah,
he's almost level 8.
How does he really get punished in this lane? Sure, the wall's a little bit cute here, but you're getting ganked by level 5 Talon. So, okay, Pango's here. Okay, this changes everything.
They're bringing the numbers.
There we go. Yeah.
They bring everybody to the top side. That's how you get punished. Kiyotaka, he's got a Ghost Walk, but he's going to Tornado. No way out of that one. Nice swashbuckle from Makoto. They get 2 really big kills, and they might find a bonus kill, as I refer to it.
Oh,
the classic, I am coming, guys. I'll save you.
I was so tunnel visioned on Gyrocopter. I was like, no way they're ganking us too. And then like as like my kind of vision widened and I looked at the minimap, I was like, ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, Talon are bringing everyone, and that's what they need to do, right? Like, you can't allow Gyrocopter to TP mid, get a kill, walk back top, farm freely. Like, at some point, he needs to be afraid to play top, force him to the Ancients, where there aren't any stacks, and it takes him a little bit longer to farm at the 9-minute mark. And yeah, Talon, it feels like momentum's on 9Pandas side. The net worth, the vibes are going 9Pandas way. Of course, it's mainly because Morphling is so underfarmed right now. But these early moves, Pangolier, he will be the key component to this. And yeah, so far Makoto is doing pretty well on that.
You can't underestimate how important vibes are. You know, that's like a big deal, you know,
it is
when it comes to competitive Dota.
I mean, OG won a couple TIs of it. Tundra won a TI somehow not having any and just being stone-faced killers that they were. Impressive nonetheless, but yeah, vibes are pretty key.
You know, they made a checklist and then they just followed the checklist and it worked.
Yeah, they just had strict vibes.
Yeah.
What are we doing here now? We're kind of just walking around farming. You'd expect though the levels would have been a little bit better for 9Pandas. Both supports only being level 5. They are desperately farming this hard camp to try and get some XP. They're going their way.
Yeah, that rotation top helped out the supports Talon a lot, right? Those 3 kills gave Clockwork his level 6 like immediately, and Ollie was farming mid the whole time, so they managed to pick up their support levels quite a bit sooner. Kiyotaka is closing on that vessel very fast. He's only 200 gold away, and that is going to be pretty much go time, I'd imagine, for 9Pandas. Like, we'll probably see him and Antares playing quite active at that point.
Yeah, I think you pretty much want to connect everyone but the Gyrocopter into some really big ticket movements, right? This vessel into the Darkseer, into the Morphling. You're going to get 3 kills, but actually Talon are the ones to go.
There's the global, the pullback, Jabs going in as well, drops the wall. There's going to be a great Rolling Thunder as well. Man, they read it perfectly. 5 heroes again.
And just click on the Venge after this.
Yeah, Antares, he's trapped, baby. Double kill for Jabs. Those ion shells doing work. Their group up has been so strong.
It's been delightful to watch the speed in which they see a core and they go for that play. And Miro, he's trying to go for a TP. Oh, cute. He could have gone for a TP cancel.
He tried.
And Solo just hit level 6, by the way. Like, when that hookshot global combination came into the mix, he was level 5. He was 1 creep away. And that's why he wasn't holding the high ground, waiting for the swap post-global. He was in the middle of the engagement due to that level deficit. And that over-aggression that we were praising in the early game is now what's hindering them now, because Talon is just reading it beautifully.
Oh, man. They're not even going to connect here on this mid. I mean, you could see the hesitation from Kiyotaka. Like, he was like 1 creep away from the vessel, and he just got baited by that greed, being like, all right, I can get 1 creep in back, and they just caught him perfectly. But he just kept being like, maybe I should go for this, maybe I shouldn't. They get the mid tower at least, which is a great objective.
Yeah, I think Talon, they are doing a really good job at just kind of weathering the storm, understanding what the limits are for their aggression. Like, don't overreact too much, but then, bring 5 heroes to that 1 kill to then give yourself an extra minute of farm. Of course, Ramses, he has been pretty much untouched. Like, yes, there's that 1 death top, but he's still, what was it? 2,000 gold above the Morphling. He's going to have Aghanims in nearly 1,200, 1,400 gold's time. Yeah, this is a scary Gyrocopter. And Talon, they're now smoking up. They don't have global, but the Pangolier and Silencer.
This time too. So
interesting.
Coming very soon.
The smoke did nothing. All right, they smoked for nothing.
Well, they are going to portal right to 23. This is the Vessel reveal too. If they catch him, it's
again.
huge. Does he find him? Antares is here. They're looking for the gyro in the jungle, and Q's got him. Global Science comes out. Do they have the damage to follow it up? They drop the wall right on top of him, and in comes Solo. He's not going to be able to make it in time. Ramses will fall, and Solo, once again, trying to offer some support, ends up dying in the process. They're going to buy back, though. Kiyotaka's in. They find Ollie first to start this one out. Nice EMP, but Q's just chasing him down. In comes Miro on the Primal Beast, but he's just stuck. The Clockwork just trapping him in place, and Solo has to swap him out. You end up losing more. A dieback on your Venge, and a TP out from Miro. A disaster from 9 Pandas.
I think there's one word to describe this play right now from 9 Pandas, and it just feels desperate. You know, just the fact that they're getting their timings. They got like this Vessel pickup, but they're making a smoke play to kill a Morphling, and because of that, the supports now aren't in position to protect the gyro. I can't. Just the amount of praise we gave the aggression of laning phase, they haven't been able to like tone it down a little bit as they enter this mid game. And when I say mid game, is 14 minutes into the game. Like these supports have only had one idea: go find kills, and Talon have expertly kind of got around that aggression, found windows to kill gyro top, reset, smoke back in, kill the gyro again. And like Venge, she's not positioning herself to break the smoke at the triangle, be in a position to swap defensively post global. Like she's always out on the map with her Invoker or with her Marcy, and because of that, Talon are just finding such beautiful pickoffs, and we might finally see the Morphling die after a couple minutes.
Okay.
I say might being the key term. He didn't die.
The tornado bought him enough time on the attribute shift to survive. That is nuts. Miro comes in, does manage to get on top of Ollie. A nice find is Q. He's actually lost the battery assault, so he's gonna fall as well. This will be 2 kills. Sticking around just a little bit too long as Jabs does drop the wall, does have a vacuum to play with. In comes Makoto, but it's gonna be 23 as well. Miro with that onslaught away, but here comes the Pango. Once again, the Rolling Thunder. He looks for Kiyotaka. He's got the defusal now, and Invoker is in a lot of trouble. Does he get the help? A swap out from Solo, but a swashbuckle back the other way, and 23's there to help try and finish him off. The Dust, it's on top. Does he have the disarm time? He's gonna survive, maybe.
Dust is still on there.
Still running. Nah, they finally get him. It looks so good for a moment there from 9 Pandas. I thought that was going to be a really good turnaround from them, but you get the 2 supports. You end up losing Kiyotaka anyway. I think 23 surviving ended the day pretty good for Talon, right? Yeah,
I think both teams, it's about the race towards that first Dispel or that first BKB, right? So on the side of 9 Pandas, I think all cores are going to be looking towards BKB, and for Talon, it's the Manta on the Morphling, and yeah, already picked up. So now you're going to have Vessel, this early Vessel that we're gonna hope to be this game-breaking. Wow, it's so quick. It's not gonna do anything now towards this Morphling. It can annoy Darkseer, sure, but just another nuisance now to the side of 9 Pandas and how they can play the map. If anything, I would expect them to take a breather, calm down, and hit some creeps. Because this net worth, these Radiant heroes, they're now thriving.
They are hunting Ramses down. They knew exactly where he's gonna be. Question is, will they actually get vision? Manages to dodge out that smoke gank. Nicely done.
All right, you know the game's going south because Marcy's queued up a Midas.
No way. Did he really?
Yeah. He's got the casual headdress into Midas. A very known build in the... No, it's not.
That's one of my favorite support builds.
Yeah, casual headdress Midas. It's... just a health regen really gives you that jungling abilities.
Antares might be in what we would call the danger zone right now.
A spot of bother if you're across the pond, yeah.
Wow. I've never heard that before.
Have you not? That's a banger. Yeah.
No, that's interesting. Ramses mid lane all alone and in a lot of danger now. It's going to be a freebie. Global Science comes out as the top lane. They're looking for more. They did lose the Clockwork, but the turnaround here potential onto Miro. Nice tornado to buy him some space, but he's just gonna try and TP out. Can he actually make it in time? He does.
He's so tanky.
Yeah.
2300 HP. Doesn't even need to use, Seeds of Serenity. Doesn't need to use the Vidura's Dale or the Wand. Just naturally tanky. And it does just feel like 9Pandas. They're kind of there. It's just hard to say. They're just not really doing much now. It's a lot of independent play, and they will have some more timings down the road, right? Like, as much as I'm hesitant on praising them because they haven't really done anything good in the last 6 minutes of the game, they are still going to be having some mid-game moments. I think Primal Beast with BKB, Gyrocopter BKB, and that's why Solo has fully ignored, I think, the big picture of the game now, because he is just making stacks. He's like, guys, I know what we need to do now. What we've done is not too hot, so let's get Ramses into a point where he isn't just going to die to one extra rotation.
Yeah. Yeah, his 3 deaths right now is, you can feel it in the net worth, right? Like the clockwork, or the Morphling is completely caught up to him, and he's about to have a Lincoln Sphere here in just about 700 gold. So not only does he have the Manta for the Dispel, but he'll have the Lincolns, you know, stopping things like Swap, Missile, even the Cold Snap Vessel combos, right? Like, there's a lot that he can do with the Lincolns this game.
Very important. And I think this is what I see now, where Solo's with Ramses. This is what I would expect like a traditional Venge plus carry lineup to be. You make the stacks, you protect your carry from the smokes, you wait, you hit that timing of your carry, and then you play that aggro style of play. And 9Pandas, of course, having to do it reactively due to what they achieved. But at least they're now kind of reforming their perspective on the game. I think if they continue down that original line, we'd be calling GG at like 25 minutes. Talon, they've taken game 1. So yeah, 9Pandas are adjusting during the game. And Talon, once again, of course, grouped up, ready as ever to take any engagement that they want. 9Pandas, they were scary for a second. The way that all their heroes move together on the minimap was like, you dare smoke. Don't you dare do it. And you're not ready here.
Oh. You? I mean, they're grouped up a lot around this bottom tower, but you talked about it earlier. Probably super tanky, has his BKB now. This is not really a target you can bring down, at least with not like a super heavy commitment.
Solo?
And the potential punishment from that would be rough. Oh, yeah, almost dies to the good old Tormentor. Man, that was one of my favorite things when Tormentor got introduced, was just watching pro players randomly die to it.
Yeah. I think in every week they should just slightly change the damage numbers on it, just to make sure pros aren't always in tune with its damage output.
I feel like its damage reflect is still bugged. I don't know, because it's supposed to return damage a certain way, and I don't think it does.
That's what a core says when they die to it, Solo. So I think you just outed yourself there. Oh, well, 23 Savage got an Aegis, and Tyrus has got a Midas. So, yeah, take that as you will.
Double Wisdom Rune. That's pretty good.
Now, Talon, this whole left-hand side of the map has been fully uncontested, right? Like, we have not seen any dire heroes here, no major aggression, and it's why 23 Savage has been able to just catch up in the farm. He pushes out top lane, retreats to the Ancients, then farms up the other set of Ancients, rinse and repeat. He's now got the Manta, the Lincolns, Skadi down the line. It's pretty scary. Of course, don't forget Morphling is a mobile carry who has good armor to deal with the physical damage of Gyrocopter. A decent matchup for sure.
He has no Manta right now. This could be a play. They've caught him. Nice global silence as a way to save out, bail out 23 for the moment. The Rolling Thunder from Makoto comes in, does find the Venge. The hook shot comes through, and they've just targeted Kiyotaka once again. A vac wall onto 3, but Ramsey's going to turn around with the damage. The BKB just shredding these heroes. A buyback now from the Venge. Ramsey's going to try and TP. He cancels. Wait a minute. He wants to keep fighting. They're going to go for Q. Okay, they got him. Nice kill, and now 23 on the backside invoked himself. He's gonna get caught, brought down. Ollie on the run, cold snap, Vessel on top, and Tara's a nice little tap there to finish him off, and it's just 23 all alone. The
nice
TP gets canceled. Beautiful tornado into a missile. Gonna be able to dodge that for the moment. A Lincoln's protecting him once again. Can he get out? 23's tried his best, but he's got to wait for him. Magic Missile connects, and he's gone. Huge win here from 9Pandas. Not only taking the Aegis, but 4 more heroes with it.
There it is. The BKBs came out to play in 9Pandas. They were tanky enough. Like, it started a little bit weird. Well, let's be honest. Like the initiation from the Pango, the Vac Wall, but Makoto, he's
been caught
for a second, yeah.
Oh, the tornado off the mark into the swash, but he hits the blade mail. Oh,
What just happened?
yeah, you lose 5.
Dude, this Midas is so value right now.
For Antares, yeah.
I mean, when do you expect to ever buy Midas in a game to then suddenly wipe your opponent and then kill the... But like for Talon, it's like they have an Aegis, and it's probably not the best usage of it. The fact that your Morphling has to retreat straight away. All your spells are kind of getting thrown deep into the fight rather than being concise. We are going to see the replay here. It starts with 23 Savage finding the entirety of Eastern Europe in front of him. He waveforms to the right-hand side. And at this point, you know the fight's not going to be too great for Talon because they're kind of just, look, they're just throwing spells in. There's no real positioning. There's no combos, right? There's no vac into the Rolling Thunder. 23 Savage is not getting any damage output. And that's when 9 Pandas, of course, thrive in this scenario. They have the tankiness, Ramses with the damage. It's a really weird fight from Talon. I think it was a bit forced due to the fact that Aegis was kind of in play. If they didn't have Aegis, I think they would have probably played this entirely differently. So kind of getting baited potentially by their position. And yeah.
It definitely felt like, for a moment, I thought it was just they were just gonna bail, right? Like they popped the global, and I thought like, okay, they're just gonna get out of the fight. Like they don't want to take this, but they stuck around, and a little bit of an unfortunate vacuum from Jabs, right? They could have vac walled 3 into the cogs, instead pulls them just outside of the cogs. Yeah, just a few things just not quite going their way. And while we were watching the replay, Kiyotaka just gets a freebie onto Ollie. And Kiyotaka may regret being this far forward as he just returns the favor.
It was a nice charitable gift back his way. Yeah, I think as well for Talon, they've had like a great mid game of perfect team play, like deciding where and when to fight. But now they need to remember, like, their supports aren't the most damage dealing, right? You've got a silencer, you've got a clockwork. They're great at setting up the engagement, but everyone else needs to do well around you. So this mid-game timing of the BKBs I was mentioning will now really hinder Talon's kind of just punch, right? I think they need to maybe even scale a bit further down the line, especially when you look at what items Talon are buying. You've got a Lotus coming on the way on the Darks here. You know, Pangolier, he just picked up his Ags. Like, it's a lot of, we might need another item to be good style of stuff. Well, 9 Pandas, yeah. Anytime you list an item they bought in the last 5 minutes, you're kind of like, ooh, okay, this is pretty good. Like, this Primal's about to have a heart as well. Like,
yeah.
I say
this is like the perfect build this game. Like, he can't die once he has this. Like, he is untouchable.
Oh no, he's not Enchantress, but yes, he's gonna be unkillable.
True.
Yeah, just in case of the Spotify listeners, they don't want to be confused.
Man, that's the one thing about Primal Beast that just feels so good in this patch is even if you aren't having like a great game, which I mean somehow he's 6-0 and 6. I want to point that out. He was like not having a great lane, or I guess like at the beginning of the lane it started out okay, but I think it started to like kind of break down a little bit. But he's managed to go deathless. He has 6 kills and he is in front of Jabs on net worth now, which is really impressive.
I think he's also put himself in positions where he can get some clutch TPs out as well. Stuns aren't the best on Talon to consistently use throughout a fight. It's kind of, we vac and then we wait a little bit and then we use adaptive strike and that's about it. Yeah, I think just playing the limits, of course. And luckily, at least for Miro, he didn't fall victim to joining his supports in this kind of early game aggression, this over aggression. And yeah, in doing so, he stabilized the game. I think luckily as well for Primal, his entire toolkit is the next item he buys, he wants to fight. He never has an item where he pauses his gameplay, and it's the phase boots, early game fighting, the BKB, obliterate the fight. You buy a blade mail, please try and hit me. You know, like it's every item just feels good on the hero, and is why he's so strong in the patch.
Yeah. I will say I like the idea here that 9 Pandas are going with. They're just tanking up on all of their heroes. Like Solo has double bracer, drums. Like he's 2000 HP on the Vengeful Spirit, and Taras is about to have his BKB. Like they're gonna run out of damage here on the side of Talon. Like your Pango does have his like Blink Aghanim Scepter now, which is a lot for these fights. But if they're able to just like run at this Morphling, I fear 23 just won't have the damage output to actually bring down these 9 Panda heroes.
Yeah, I fully agree, and it's gonna be a little bit of concern. You look towards Morphling, it's like, okay, how soon until you have a Daedalus? or the Skadi. He went back for the BKB. So he's now triple itemized to survive the fight. Meanwhile, 9 Pandas, they're knocking on your high ground. They're hitting the tier 3. Alacrity to boot, throwing a sidekick. This is a Gyrocopter you need to deal with. But
it's going down.
Can they kill him? He has BKB Satanic plus the swap.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they get the hook shot, and the global science comes through. Can he actually get the BKB off? He does. The Satanic's healing him through it all, but Ramses isn't gonna be enough. It is. Oh no, dying on your high ground, Talon. It's the worst case scenario, and just like that, they're gonna lose a lane of barracks. Maybe. Do you just go tier 4s?
They can do whatever they want right now.
65 seconds without a Morphling.
Just do it. Yeah, I mean, if there was a game to do it, this is the game already.
You got Alacrity sidekick. You can't stop this gyro.
Respect the Pango, that's all I'll say. Maybe Ramses is telling his lads to calm down a little bit here.
He's gonna go Satanic off the creep wave is all he's waiting on. Oh, never mind. He's just gonna TP. They get 1 tier 4 and they back. Address lanes, I suppose.
Like
Dang, man, that was so close. He was down to a sliver of HP. All right, good. We're gonna replay. I want to see how close this really was.
And it was a perfect setup, right? Hookshot into the pushback of the cogs. Actually, it was a pushback of the primal into then the follow up there, and so close to dying. If they had
went down to like 140 HP, then up to 1,000, back down to 200. Like he was going. That was just ridiculous.
For the content, I kind of wish he died there, just so we could have blamed Miro, because Miro pushed him back, preventing him from Beaky being a little bit longer, right? So if he did die there, it's like, yo, Primal, you're having a good game, but you just killed off Ramses in quite a decisive moment, and luckily for him, it wasn't the reason why he dies, and they actually do crush the fight there, but you got to be careful on your Primals.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, they found Kiyotaka, or Makoto, sorry. He gets the roll up into Rolling Thunder, so he'll be able to get away just fine. Can Primal Beast still grab the Rolling Pango? Like, is he far enough away to grab him and not get stunned?
Hover on his cast range for a second and just say, nope.
Oh, yeah, that's too close.
It's very close.
All right.
Of course, he can BKB, but...
Yeah, it's true. They do push them away, and that's just going to open up second Roshan here. So Aegis and Cheese likely to go the way of 9 Pandas here once again. Obviously, they'll be able to scout it with Flare, but there's not much they can do about this, right?
I don't think so, no. It's maybe if Clockwork was in position for a snipe, but that's about it. And, they
died fast.
Died very fast. And the Vengeful Spirit picked up the Boots of Bearing. An item we don't see too often, I don't think, but in this game, it's going to be pretty effective. You see that Vac Wall come into play with the wall move slow. If he just pops Boots of Bearing, you can disengage very quickly away from the wall, take a breather, and then reset from there. So, yeah, overall, I love how 9 Pandas have kind of readjusted in this game. I was really concerned and didn't really enjoy their post-laning phase actions, but the fact that they clearly had we know what this draft's meant to do logic has put themselves back in this position of arguably being unkillable, especially with the butterfly pickup now from Ramses. We mentioned the lack of damage from Morphling. This is just going to feel even worse now. How do they kill Gyro?
I don't know, man. I really do not know. You're going to have a Halberd coming out from the Primal Beast probably in the next couple of minutes as well, and so it really just feels almost inevitable here that 9 Pandas will just walk lane after lane, taking the objectives, and with an Aegis on Gyrocopter, they're going to be a lot more confident going for this last tier 4 here. The Alacrity plus that sidekick out already, and Miro just charging in, making this impenetrable wall of I dare you go on my team, and they're gonna try. Nice jumping onto the backside here as they get right on top of the Venge. The flak out from the Morphling's doing a lot of work here as BKB's to expire, but the damage from Kiyotaka's Invoker just laying into him, forced him to retreat, and Ramsey still just standing strong, has BKB, has Satanic, hasn't spent anything, gets a side gunner kill there as Makoto trying to run away, but the throne's exposed, it's fallen and fast, and the flak cannon's gonna do the damage. This first game looking like it's all in the bag here for 9 Pandas as they are just having some fun with them. They take down the Morphling, they're gonna double buyback, the GGs come out, and 9 Pandas get it done here in game number 1. Ultra kill for Ramses.
Give him the rampage. Give him the rampage.
Oh!